Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook. Welcome to our first broadcast of 2025. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful, happy new year. I hope you turned the year in a good place, surrounded by friends and family and all kinds of things. Feel free to let us know what you were up to. For New Year's Eve, I'll be happy to get into my own experience in a second. But first, as always, I want to welcome everyone to say hello, let us know what you're up to, where you're watching from. If you have an important comment that you wish to get a response on or a reaction, feel free to add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. And of course, if you are watching live for the first time, maybe you made a resolution to watch Coffee and Headlines live. That would be wonderful. Anybody make that resolution? No? Fine, be that way. But if you decided you would watch today live for the first time and you wish to give us a heads up that you're here and you wish for a little welcome, feel free to add a capital letter N to your comment. And as in new, we will give you a nice little welcome to our community. And we might as well get started with what we have. And we start with reports. Lars begins reporting an amazing drone and fireworks show this year. And that is important. For the first time ever, Puerto Vallarta welcomed the new year with a drone show. We never had a drone show before. It was nice to have one for the first time ever. It wasn't like a big drone show like we've seen happening in other cities, but it was a pretty drone show from what I understand. I wouldn't know because I was not out and about. I stayed home, as I choose to usually stay home during New Year's Eve. I was tempted by some parties, but I ended up staying home and loved every minute of it. Of course, I didn't go to sleep until 3:30 in the morning because the banda music that was being played by my neighbors was relentless. But, once a year, it's not going to hurt anyone. And then yesterday was a very restful day, disrupted only by sad news about a cluster member who is in the hospital, and I'm hoping for more news this morning. So just send your best positive vibes for a cluster member that is unexpectedly hospitalized today. In our last broadcast of last year, I told you about how our governor, Pablo Lemus, had to experience firsthand the chaos that ensues when you're trying to enter Puerto Vallarta through the northern points. Particularly, this was made worse, particularly since the highway was inaugurated, the brand new highway, because of the way the layout of the streets is such that the intersection at Las Juntas is now worse than ever before. But the good news of this is that the governor was here to see this firsthand and clearly determined that something needs to be done and fast. So I read an important news item today that says that tomorrow, specific plans will be unveiled for a new overpass to be built at the Las Juntas intersection, along with other improvements, so that the access to the city can be improved to the best of their ability. So hopefully tomorrow will be an important day where we learn details about something that has been mentioned in the past, something that Munguia himself promised as part of his campaign promises. But now that the governor has seen what it is actually like, hopefully we'll get important news, and more importantly, that they'll start working on this immediately. In lighter news, adoptions, upcoming events, and updates are all included in the latest newsletter from the PuRR Project, which you can read in its entirety in this article published by Banderas News, which I'll make available in the show notes as usual. And now let us turn over to our weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. Exploding cyber trucks are definitely one way to start off 2025. I heard about that exploding cyber truck, but not through media north of the border. It seems like everybody but the United States published about this. But it's not Puerto Vallarta news, so we're not going to dive into that uh, adventure. It is 22 degrees right now. Humidity is at 73%. And our weather forecast for today tells us that we're going to have a humid day with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 26 and a low of 17. Then tomorrow we can expect another humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 27 and a low of 18. And Saturday will be a mostly cloudy sky kind of day in the morning with mostly clear skies in the afternoon, a high of 27 and a low of 17. Moving right along, I put this photograph here just to remind myself that I wanted to ask you about eye doctors. In the past, I've been happy to go to Costco and get my eyes examined and get my prescription glasses in Costco. And I have no problems with Costco other than the fact that Costco is usually packed. And I am just curious to learn if anybody else is getting eyeglasses in town. Where are you going? Who is your eye doctor? If you have any recommendations other than Costco, I would love to hear them. Um, Again, I'm due for new glasses. I can't see anything anymore. So please keep me posted if you have something interesting to suggest in that arena. And this next news item I found out about this morning. I couldn't believe when I read that the Olas Altas street party, the New Year's Eve street party, was canceled. The article states that one of the reasons is the absence of Kaiser Maximilian owner Andres Ruprechter, and that the restaurant used to sponsor the sound system, but no other reasons were mentioned. This is sad, I believe, as this has been an emblematic party along Olas Altas Street for over 2 decades. In fact, this New Year's Eve party was my welcome to Puerto Vallarta street party. And that's basically all I know. If anybody has any more details about this, I'm just curious. And I also wonder how the new Versailles street party went. I was not there, again, by personal choice, but I hope it was a successful new offering for our city, particularly for those of us that are on this side of the city. Also, we may or may not have mentioned this in the past. I don't remember. But a Mescal Expo has been announced to take place on the weekend of January 17 and 18 at the Maritime Terminal. There should be plenty of opportunities to get acquainted with this wonderful spirit through a series of tastings and workshops that will go on over 2 days at this first time event in Puerto Vallarta. And of course, now that we're past the holidays and all that good stuff, I'm happy to report that the spotlight is coming back this coming Wednesday. I am so very excited about this. And of course, in the first event, in the first show of the year, we're going to welcome Todd Friedman, who's going to talk to us about his television, cord cutting television options, and also about a show he is producing at Nacho Daddy. And speaking of Nacho Daddy, Gura Gabor will welcome us to, well, rather, we will welcome Gura Gabor to talk about this awesome show that she is doing along with Mark Hartman and Seth Sykes. This is a salute to Barbara Streisand. So this we're going to hear about in this coming edition. And of course, we're going to welcome Beto Sempere, who is going to promote his new 20s Charleston dance show, also going on in town. I forget, I think this is going on at Act 2. Regardless, we will have a great opportunity to get up close and personal with all these performers, movers and shakers. And of course, we are starting the year with a bang as far as the spotlight is concerned. All of January, as you can see, is booked. Well, you cannot see anymore, but let me put it up again. And I had announced that we had run out of spots in February, but I made a glitch. We actually have 2 spots available on the 26th if you want to promote your show, your new restaurant, your new dishes, your products and services. You can do so for free in the spotlight. Information on how to do this is offered every single day we broadcast, and it is always available in the show notes. And that's enough from me. Let me throw the ball at you just to see what's going on in your turf. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of good mornings, which I very much appreciate. Thank you, Pat, not only for wishing us a new year, but for putting a little squiggly business on top of your N for Feliz Año. As you know, the word año without a little squiggly thing over the N means anus. So I just thought you should know that. Let's see. What do cows say this time of the year? Happy Moo Year. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Chris. Our first pun of the year, and it's a cute one. I love it. Let's see what else we have. Albert also watched the show, the fireworks. I love it. Barbara, welcome back. Welcome back from your transatlantic adventures. I love it. Yes. Thank you for the good vibes. Thank you for the good vibes. Thank you for the good vibes. I don't feel comfortable getting into details because they're not my details to share, but thank you so much for the good vibes. I mean that. Let's see what else. Dave says we'll be in Puerto Vallarta tomorrow. Lovely. And I see a queue. I read that the party was canceled because of the change of ownership of the restaurant. Los Arcos owns it now and didn't want to sponsor, I guess, the party. Well, I read that as well, Albert. And if Kaiser Maximilian was sponsored by Los Arcos, and knowing what we know about Los Arcos as a hotel, I'm not surprised at all that the party was canceled. But, you know, it is what it is. That is really unfortunate because it was a great party. For your information, says Mark, the International Friendship Club will start with a booth at the Marina Thursday Market tonight. If you are at the market, please stop by and say hello. Well, that is good to know, and particularly it's also good to know that the Marina Vallarta Market continues their Thursday nights It is a great market to enjoy if you are in the Marina. And of course, I'm excited about our own, well, not our own, but the new farmers market that is now meeting on the stadium on Fridays. So all of a sudden, we seem to have all these farmers markets that sell different kinds of things, and I think that's awesome. And I think we are done with your comments. I realize that this is a slightly short broadcast. Whoa, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. We already gave the weather. What I meant to push is this one. Um, Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. Thank you for helping me welcome the new year. And all kinds of wonderful things are coming, and we will be announcing more developments as we learn them. In the meantime, I hope you have all your resolutions in check. I hope you're not getting as many ads on Facebook for chair workouts as I am, or on YouTube. I'm going crazy with all these workout advertisements. Or maybe it's just a hint. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that is getting them. Regardless, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow morning for more coffee, headlines, news, stories, and all this wonderful stuff that we share. Have a great day.